So, guys, mindfulness is a term that is used now more than ever in the history of human civilization. Mindfulness or mindlessness. One of the chapters of Deepak Chopra's book, The Healing Self, and I'm really inspired by that. The guy talks about it in such a way that makes you think about the way you are behaving as a person, as an individual, the way we act in such a mindless way because of the stress, because of the anxiety, because of the pressure that we've put in. Bills pay करने हैं, बच्चों को देखना है, ये काम करना है, वो काम करना है, and we are becoming reactive every day. So Deepak Chopra talks about it. He says that he has quoted Ellen Langer in his book and her definition of mindfulness. According to Ellen Langer, she says that it's the process. Mindfulness is the process of actively noticing new things, relinquishing preconceived notions, preconceived ideas, preconceived, let's say, mindsets, and then acting on the new observations. Do we do any of these? Do we actively notice new things? Do we relinquish or withdraw preconceived ideas, preconceived notions, preconceived mindsets? Or do we, actively act on the new observations? We don't do any of these things. And then Deepak Chopra has insisted upon the fact the goal of the healing self basically is to, he says, unfold a healing lifestyle which includes these things, the same thing. And then, guys, he talks about what an unconscious day looks like, which means what a mindless day looks like, how mindless we are of almost every activity. Being stressed, being reactive is what being mindless is, right? And then you see, he says that if you eat regularly on the run, that's when you're unconscious and mindless. You consume packaged food or fast food. You don't listen to people. Only you pretend to listen, but you don't listen to them. And then he says that you feel bad about your body or weight just as you did the day before and will the day after. And then he says you act rushed and pressured and stressed and anxious. And then he says that you listen to your spouse and kids without really listening to them, because obviously listening is not only here from your ears, but it's with your mind and your heart and trying to solve what the other person is trying to say, which means mindlessness or unconsciousness is about feeling insecure and unsafe. Mindlessness is about feeling lonely. Mindlessness is about, let's say, lashing out at a friend without even thinking. Mindlessness is about playing the victim. Mindlessness is about failing to stand up for yourself. It's about behaving like a people pleaser and going along only to get along. That's what mindlessness is, and we need to solve it. We need to work on it. We need to do something. And you see, guys, how many unconscious reactions and behaviors we portray in a day. I mean, unlimited. We are not conscious about saying things, about feeling, about reacting, and everything. And according to this writer of The Healing Self named Deepak Chopra, what's really alarming is that mindlessness is something that's being normalized. Instead of being mindful and normalizing that thing, we are normalizing mindlessness, right? So how it can be changed and how it can be shifted, this kind of behavior can be shifted, is to have power over yourself, to be conscious and to be mindful of everything that you face in a day, in a night, or any time that you go through, right? Being conscious and being mindful of everything is the only solution that we can work on it, and only by seeing this we can begin to change